Product videos that actually make money don't look anything like the ones that are going viral. And most people have this completely backwards. Like, you see these videos with millions of views, crazy engagement, everyone's sharing it, looks like it's absolutely crushing it. But when you look at what's actually making money, it's a totally different story. So I spent the last few weeks pulling over 1,000 product ads, the ones that are actually driving revenue, and I compared them to the viral stuff everyone seems to be copying. And the way that these hooks work, completely opposite. So in this video, I'm gonna break down exactly what separates the ads that convert from the ads that just perform, because if you're making product content right now and your sales don't match your views, this is probably why. So let me show you what I mean. This right here is an ad from NYX. They make period underwear. Let's take a moment to watch this hook really quick.
Okay, moms, can we talk about period peace of mind for a second? My daughter has a heavy flow, and for years that meant stained sheet, anxiety, and avoiding sleepovers.
Do you see how specific that was? It's not for everyone dealing with periods. It is for moms whose daughters have heavy flows and are literally avoiding sleepovers because of it. That is not even really a product problem. That's a quality of life problem. So your kid is missing out on being a normal teenager because of period anxiety. And notice what they do. They acknowledge what has already failed.
Daughter has a heavy flow, and for years that meant stained sheet, anxiety, and avoiding sleepovers.
They were talking about the regular products, the anxiety, all of it. Then the transformation isn't just no leaks, it's my daughter can finally relax. So you compare that to something like the best period underwear for teens. That could be literally anyone. And honestly, it doesn't address any of the real pain that a lot of these mothers are having. It's really just generic. So here's what's happening in that hook. There are 3 specific things. First, it filters for the right person immediately. So it's not just moms. It's not even moms with daughters who have periods. It is for moms whose daughters are avoiding sleepovers because they have those heavy flows. That is ultra super narrow, and that is the whole point. Because these moms, they are absolutely ready to buy right now. They're not casually browsing. They're dealing with this problem right now, today. Second, it acknowledges the real pain up front. They're not saying periods are annoying. Instead, they're saying your daughter is missing out on being a normal kid. That is what ends up keeping parents up at night. That's the emotional cost, not just the functional problem. And then third, it promises a specific transformation. So they're not saying reliable protection or even leak-proof underwear, but instead they're saying your daughter can finally relax and be herself. That is the emotional outcome. So that's what these parents are actually buying into. It's peace of mind for their kid. Now, here's the thing. Most people that are creating product content right now, they're not doing any of this. They're trying to go very broad. They're trying to reach everyone. They're essentially casting the widest net possible. And yeah, you might get more views and engagement that way, but views don't pay your bills. Sales do. Because here's what actually happens when you go broad. You attract a ton of people who are never going to buy anyway. So your ad gets 1 million impressions, maybe goes viral, and you make $200. But when you filter for the right people up front, you might get 1/10 of those views, 100,000 views instead of 1 million, but those are qualified buyers, people who actually have the problem that you can solve. And that is when your conversion rate goes through the absolute roof. That is the whole point of this approach. Make more money with less waste. So let me show you what happens when you try to copy what big brands are doing. You guys have probably seen Dr. Squatch everywhere, right? They're on a bunch of ads, soap ads specifically. They get millions of views, super viral. Everyone's trying to replicate them. And honestly, I get why. They look like they're absolutely crushing it, and they are absolutely crushing it. But here I want to show you one of their hooks. So let's just watch this really quick.
3 silent icebreakers that work every time. 1, wood barrel bourbon. Now this is definitely one of the sexiest scents out there.
The funny thing is these ads work. They are clearly working for Dr. Squatch. They've been running these ads for months on end. But here's the thing. You can't do what they're doing. Not yet, at least. Because Dr. Squatch is a massive brand at this point. When someone sees their ad, they probably already know who Dr. Squatch is or what the company is. They've seen it before. They've heard about it, maybe smelt it at a friend's place. This is what's called brand affinity. Pretty much just means people already like and trust the brand before they even see the ad. So the hook doesn't have to work as hard. They can use aspirational stuff like,
you're guaranteed to get numbers left and right when using this. Want women to go absolutely feral for you.
And it works because people already know and trust Dr. Squatch to deliver on that promise. But when you're starting out, when no one actually knows who you are, you can't rely on that. Your hook has to do all your work. And here's the thing that makes this even more important right now. The way that media buying works has completely changed as of recently. Platforms like Meta and TikTok, they're running everything through ASC Plus and Advantage Plus now, which essentially means that you're not really picking your audience anymore. You don't need to pick your audience anymore. The algorithm is literally reading your creative. It's scanning the transcript. It's pulling the keywords, it's looking at the visuals, even analyzing the pacing of the video, and it's using all of that to figure out who the ad is actually for. So your creative, aka your video or your image, is the targeting signal now, not the audience setting in your ads manager. The hook itself is telling the platform, okay, this is for moms with daughters who have period anxiety, or this is for busy parents cooking for a family, which means that if your hook is generic, like get numbers left and right, or this will change your life, the platform has literally nothing to work with. It doesn't know who it needs to see. And Facebook's gonna spend your money anyway. It's gonna test random people, it's gonna burn through your budget, and your CPMs are going to stay high because the delivery isn't dialed in. But if your hook is specific, the platform immediately knows who to show it to, and your CPMs are gonna drop, your conversion rate's gonna go up because you're reaching the right people from day one instead of wasting money on broad audiences. So when you're writing these hooks, you're not just convincing the viewer, you're also giving the algorithm the information it needs to find your ideal buyers, your ICP, your ideal customer profile, which is why when you copy the Dr. Squatch approach, when you lead with pure aspiration, like this will make you more attractive or everyone will want you, you're not just asking people to trust you before you've earned it, you're also giving the platform zero signals about who this is actually for, and that's why it doesn't convert. The hook isn't filtering people who actually have a problem. It's not addressing what they've tried before. It's just promising a desirable outcome to literally anyone, which is fine if you're Dr. Squatch with this massive brand recognition, this huge company. You can show your ad to 1 million people and only need a small percentage of people to convert. But if you're running a smaller store, like most of us, you need every view to count. You can't just afford to attract people who are never going to buy from you anyway. So what you actually need, and this is what that Nix hook does, is hooks that do the work up front. So it filters for qualified buyers and it addresses objections right away immediately, and it promises specific transformations. All right, so now let me give you the actual framework. Now I'm going to show you a template that works for pretty much any product. Now you're not going to copy this word for word, but once you understand this structure, you can pretty much apply it to anything that you plan to sell, any ad that you want to create. Here it is. If you insert your specific problem and you've tried, insert the previous solution, but explain why it failed, here's what actually works. That is it. It's 3 parts. The first part is if you, like I said, the specific problem, this is where you pretty much pre-qualify. So you call it that exact person who has the exact problem that you can solve. And you don't want to do if you want better skin, for example. That's literally everyone. Instead, what you want to do is if you have hormonal acne that flares up every month, that is ultra super specific, you are filtering immediately. The second part is you've tried previous, insert the previous solution, but why it failed, insert why it failed. This is exactly where you address the objection. So it acknowledges that they've been burned before, something along the lines of you've tried drugstore retinol, but it dried out your skin. So now you are saying, I know what didn't work. This is completely different. And the third part is here's what actually works. So you want to promise the specific transformation. You don't want to say this is absolutely amazing, but give them the actual solution. So for example, here's a retinol formula designed for sensitive skin that won't cause dryness. So it's a very specific outcome and it's a very specific fix. So let's just say that you are selling a serum. Here is how most people would write the hook. So pay attention. This serum changed my skin, the best product I've ever used. So just take a look at that. Could be for anyone. It doesn't tell you what that problem solves. It gives you zero reason to trust what has just been said. Now here is that same product using this template. If you have dark spots from old acne and you've tried vitamin C serums, but they irritated your skin, here's a gentler formula that actually works. Do you see the clear difference here? Now I know exactly who this is for. It's for people who have acne scars who have tried vitamin C and have had a bad reaction to it. And I know that it addresses my specific objection and I know what I'm getting, which is a gentler formula. And this same structure works across any product. We could even take home organization. For instance, if your pantry is a mess and those Target bins don't fit your shelves, here's a modular system that works in small spaces. For baby products, if your baby wakes up when your phone dies playing white noise, here's a dedicated machine with a 12-hour battery. So it's problem, objection, specific solution every single time. All right, so before you start writing these, let me just show you where I see most people messing up. So you get the formula, you understand the 3 parts that we just went over, and then you write something like, if you have acne and you've tried everything, here's what works. Right? This is not what we want to do. It does in fact sound good. It's got all 3 parts, the problem, the objection, the solution, but it is way too vague. You've tried everything. What does that even mean? drugstore, prescription, natural remedies. It could be anything. The person listening or reading the video has no idea if you're talking to them specifically. So what do? They just scroll past. But here's where it gets tricky. Now you can also be too specific. So if you said something like, if you have cystic acne on your jawline that flares up exactly 7 days before your period and you've tried different 0.1% gel, now you're filtering to like 45 people. That is your whole audience that you're working for. So the real skill isn't just following the formula, it's knowing exactly how specific to get, and that depends on your audience's sophistication level. Basically, how aware are they of the solutions that are out there? Are they in the early stage? So you've tried drugstore creams, but they didn't work. Are they in the sophisticated stage, which might be you've tried prescription retinoids, but couldn't handle the purging phase? It's the same product, it's the same framework, it's a completely different execution. And this is where most people mess up, because you can't just plug and play. You actually have to know your customer. And here's why getting this right actually matters. It directly impacts how much money you're gonna make, because a generic hook, it might get views, it might even go viral, but it's attracting people who aren't ready to buy, who don't have a specific problem to solve, who are just casually strolling. A specific hook, it filters for buyers, people who have the exact problem, who've already tried to solve it, who are ready to literally pull the trigger right now. And the difference in ROI, it is massive. You are spending the same on ads, but actually making money instead of just chasing views or engagement. All right, so here is what you need to know. Take your current hook, whatever you're using right now, and run it through these 3 questions. Does it filter for a specific person with a specific problem? So if your hook could apply to anyone, it is too broad and you need to narrow it down. 2, does it acknowledge what they've already tried? So for example, what didn't work before? You could lead with that. This is where you get past the biggest objection. 3, does it promise a specific transformation? So the actual outcome, so what actually changes for them, right? Not some vague, amazing result, but the real thing. So if your hook doesn't check all 3 of these boxes, rewrite it using this template. If you insert your specific problem and you've tried insert the previous solution, but insert why it failed, here is what actually works. All you got to do is fill in those blanks, be as specific as you can, but remember what I just said about not going so narrow that you're literally only talking to 45 people. So you're looking for that sweet spot, specific enough that the right person knows that you're talking directly to them, and not so specific that you filtered out your entire market. And when you find that balance, that is when things start to change. Your conversion rate's gonna go up, the actual money that you're making, and not just the views that you're getting. And here's the thing, you just learned the framework. Honestly, that is the easy part. Most people can figure out how to write one good hook. That is not where people get stuck. Where people actually get stuck is when they need to write 20 variations of this. Test them against each other. Figure out which angles your audience actually responds to. Scale the winners. Iterate on new creatives. Do it across multiple products, multiple ad accounts, different platforms, all while you're managing inventory, dealing with customer service, running your actual business. So yeah, you can write a better hook now. Okay, cool. But can you build a system that consistently produces winners? Can you test fast enough to find them before you burn your budget? Can you scale without your ads turning generic? That is where most people fail. They understand the concept, they just can't execute it at scale. And that is exactly what me and my team help with in my mentorship program. It's the complete system, the product validation, the store strategy, the creative, media buying, scaling, the whole thing. We work with a small group of people one-on-one. Every week we meet. We look at your actual ads, your actual store, your actual numbers, and we build it together. It's, truly a hands-on implementation, and I can only take on a few people at a time because we just can't give this level of attention to everyone. So right now we've got a couple spots open. So if you're serious about building a real business, I will leave a link in the description. Apply and we'll see if it's a fit. Now, if you're not ready for that yet, that is totally fine. You just got a ton of value from this video, hopefully. So go execute on it, test these hooks, and see what happens.